sessions today. At 2 o'clock, we'll get into more technical stuff, and I hope you guys will hang around for that. We'll get into tools that you can and should give your linemen to allow them to perform better on the field of play, and give them tools that they can take with them as far as they want to go, because those tools are timeless. Okay? A lot of times, blocking scheme strategies will change, but there's some fundamental principles that we call them fundamental for a reason. And they've always been there, and they always will be there. But for this hour, we're going to talk a little bit more on theoretical of how to be more of a coach and more of a great mentor to these young men, and to help guide them and believe what they are possible and capable of doing. So once again, they can maximize the talent on the field, but take that with them and realize they can maximize their potential wherever they go in life. I like to give people a little bit more background about myself from a football standpoint, so you can see where I'm coming from. Because as sure as you guys can imagine, everybody watches football, we follow it at the highest level, the CFL, the NFL. Offensive linemen are the biggest athletes in the world. Okay, that's not up for debate. Okay, you're talking about guys that average 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", sometimes up to 6'7". They weigh 330, 340, 370, 380. I played with a guy who played at 392 pounds. Okay, a lot of these guys can dunk a basketball, and they can run faster than most of us over short distances of time. These are freak athletes, okay? Now, unfortunately, we have linemen, and they might not always be freaks, so we get what we get. But what I'm here to talk about, where I come from, is I am not a freak. Okay? But I played 13 years pro, which puts me in the top 1% of the top 1%. So I played with these guys, and I beat these guys, and they didn't have the natural ability. And this is a very empowering thing we're going to talk about today, because it's nice to be that freak. It's always good when you have one on your team. I mean, it's nice. But it doesn't have to happen. It's not a requirement. And just to make the picture very clear, I know we're all football people here, but it's nice to make things very clear. Let's really address what we're talking about. We're talking freak athleticism, freak physical ability. When I was trying to make it to pro, you realize the higher you get, the more they vet you out with what you've been given. Right? They're always testing 40 times your bench press. All these things to weed out people to get to the top. At the highest level, if you want to be an offensive lineman, there's 4 physical parameters they look for, because they can't change them on you. So they want to find them. If you have them, you're in luck, and if you don't, you're not in luck. They are height. They cannot make you taller. They can make you heavier. And they cannot make you taller. And as I spoke of, today's world, you're looking at probably about 6'4" to 6'7". Above 6'7", go play basketball, because you're going to struggle with leverage. Okay, below 6'4", you better have some other physical abilities that I'm going to get to in a moment, but that's the sweet spot now, where unfortunately, that's not on your resume fitting that window. Next, because they can't. There's hundreds of thousands of people that want to earn a lot of money doing this. Okay, the next one is wingspan. This is huge. Okay, as we all know, and I'll get into, my great coach around here would tell us every day, he who makes first contact wins on the offensive line. Well, if my arms are twice as long as your arms, I don't care if you can bench press 1,000 pounds. When I hit you, you're hitting air. Okay, wingspan is what matters, maybe even more so than height. And I'll give you guys a little anatomy skill that you can go home and have some fun around the dinner table today. The average human being is usually about as long as they are tall. So your wingspan will generally equate with height, give or take. Okay? The great athletes tend to be about a plus 3, 4, 5 in wingspan. A guy like LeBron James, 6'8", 7'1" wingspan. Okay? Long arms. So again, our position that we're talking about here, I strike you from here, and your arms are half as long as mine, I don't care what the bench press. You're hitting nothing. Arm length is huge. As much as I tried in my career, I could not make mine longer. Okay? So I'm already too short. I'm 5'13", okay, in football terms. Not even 6'2". I'm 6'1" and like nothing. Okay? I was the shortest lineman in the league my whole career, so for height-wise, I was at the lowest. You can make up with that with long wingspan. I've seen some short linemen with really long arms. They were like a +5. So I'm 6'1". I'm a -5. So I'm built like a turtle. Right? And I'll show you something funny here. After multiple surgeries on my elbows, I've lost 2 more inches. That's the straightest my arms go. Both hands. So strike 2 for me. Remember, I played 13 years, top 1%. Right? I'm too short. My wingspan is not even close to being normal, let alone wanted. I'm actually -5 inches on the realm of normal. Okay? I'm like what they just got to get rid of. You don't even want to see someone like me show up on the paperwork. Okay, next one's hand size. A lot of discussion on hand size. We are all friends here, right? Offensive line, great blocking is about holding. Okay? Grab it. You grab somebody, you can do what you want with them. They measure hands from thumb to little finger across. Big hands today are 10.5, 11 inches across. J.J. Watt's, I think, 11 3/4. It's the biggest hand recorded. Okay? If you're not above a 10, hand's too small. I'm an 8. So mine aren't too small, mine are pathetic. Okay? Remember, played 13 years, I've played these guys. So just let you know, what we're talking about, we're talking freaks and what people want and what they throw money at and the recruits go crazy for, and they say, you're going to be a great offensive lineman because you were lucky. I didn't have it. I can't do it big. Do you know what talks about strength training, all these programs? There's nothing to make my hands bigger. I tried. It doesn't work. Right? Stop with that. Last one is foot size. We'll get into the technical talk next hour. I hope you're still here. But the premise of all power that we create, I don't care whether you think you're pushing or pulling, it all comes from force to the ground. Everything. The larger the surface area that you connect with the ground, the more force you can generate outwards. And the more stability you have to absorb contact. So when that big 320-pound nose guard is trying to run you over, the greater the surface area you can connect with the ground, the greater you can meet that force and build stability, and the greater you can respond with force. So you got people's feet that I play with are usually about 14, 15, 16. I played with a guy who has size 19. 19. They got snowshoes, laces, and cleats, right? One, you're never going to knock someone like that